So a question that I used to see all the time was, should I go ahead and buy a used flagship phone or should I buy a brand new budget phone? And there's not really a direct, answer to this because every case is going to be different. If you take a look at the budget offerings from all the phone manufacturers available, at least for the major ones, we have the Samsung Galaxy A series and their FE series. We have the Pixel A series and we have the iPhone SE series and kind of like an iPhone 12 and those type of phones. But are those phones kind of better than, even though they're the newer ones, are those phones better than like a Samsung Galaxy S22 or Samsung Galaxy S21, an iPhone, 11 Pro or an iPhone 12 Pro? Those are the type of phones, even like a Pixel 6 or a Pixel 5. Those questions are so tailor-picked, I guess, for each individual person. So it really depends on who you are and what you prefer out of a device. I've always been the type of person, though, personally, that a used flagship, so a used phone from the year before or the year before that, so even like a 2-year-old phone, let's take a Galaxy S21 as an example here, that phone is probably going to be a better phone overall and just to give you a better experience overall than a phone like a Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, which is probably going to be more clear, or even a phone like a, Google Pixel 6a or even an iPhone SE3. Those types of phones I feel like are just, not as superior as the Samsung Galaxy S21. But that also kind of, keeps in mind it's kind of like a per case basis, because I also kind of feel like a Galaxy S21 holds up very well against a Pixel 7. And that's kind of like a brand new budget device too. So it kind of comes and goes. It depends on which one you prefer. So that in and of itself is a very important thing, that the capability and the features are not only dependent on the year that phone came out, but just how good of a phone that was when it first came out and how it's aged since then. Now, price is another big area with these types of devices. And I will tell you, as far as I can tell, I've always found that, newer budget phones aren't as great of a price device as they used to be back in the day. So for example, I remember when, OnePlus and all these phone manufacturers could be able to make a solid phone for like $300 and something. Nowadays, all those phones have now gone up to about $400 plus. It's very rare to find a budget phone that's very good for less than $400 now. I'm going to say that again. It's very hard to find a good quality, good solid budget phone for less than $400. However, you can find a year-old or 2-year-old flagship phone for the most part for less than $400 all over the place. Now that's mostly for the Android side. If you get an iPhone 13 Pro now, that's probably going to be closer to $600, maybe a little bit less than that. But I will tell you, that's a big thing to keep in mind. If you can't find a good budget phone for less than $400, if you can find a good budget phone for $400 or less, please let me know. But every single phone I've seen for the most part, even like a Google Pixel 6 Pro, for example, that phone just came out in 2021. That's selling for about $300 and something in the used market. The Google Pixel 6 Pro is an amazing device. It has so much capability still, beautiful display. Although it may not be the strongest chipset of all time, it's still a very good chipset. That is an insane thing. Even the Galaxy S22 is selling for less than $400 in a lot of places as well. So if you're comparing like a Google Pixel 6a against a Google Pixel 6 Pro, it's quite clear which one is the better phone here. And that should be the precedent. That should be the reason why you would probably recommend to buy a used, flagship phone from back in the day rather than buying a brand new budget phone. The biggest feature for the brand new budget phone, I would say for the most part, and the main reason why you should buy one if you want one, is maybe software updates if they're different than the previous generation, or the big one is basically the availability. Buying a used phone is not the easiest thing for a lot of people out there, and a lot of people don't want to just go ahead and walk up to somebody random and buy a used phone. They may also not feel comfortable buying a used, device on eBay or whatever these other websites are. So I think that's understandable in one sense. But I will tell you, it's never been easier to buy a used phone. I cannot believe that these Google Pixel 6 Pros are even less than $300 in some areas. The Google Pixel 6a, if you can find a deal, may be $400, but usually they're selling for $450, and that is exactly what you should be thinking about. With a phone like these ones, with the 6 Pro or Google Pixel 6, you're going to be saving a lot of money. The Galaxy S21, even the Galaxy S22, you're going to be saving a lot of money, and those phones are far superior, in my opinion, than something like a brand new budget phone like a Samsung Galaxy A54, a Google Pixel 6a, a iPhone SE3. Those types of phones are so much less. Those types of phones, in my opinion, are just not as good as something like a, Google Pixel 6 Pro or a Galaxy S22. So take it as you will, but that's pretty much how I take a look at, these types of devices. And in my opinion, I definitely would recommend buying a used flagship from back in the day rather than buying a brand new budget phone, in my opinion. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.